Beautiful people, what I'm about to show you is going to blow your mind. The FDA has literally banned Meghan Markle's products. Anybody buying them are idiots and are putting their lives at risk. And no wonder Netflix is over Meghan Markle. This is why the staff is so over and have claimed that she's a logistical nightmare. Please stay through the video because the information that I'm about to give you may save your life. And this is not me joking. Okay. I know it sounds very bad, but it's not. Beware of what you eat. And there's a reason why the label in the United States and any food product matters. And Meghan Markle is playing Russian roulette with your life. And the FDA has gotten involved. Don't forget to click like, share, and subscribe, by the way. Did Meghan sell out? Did Meghan not sell out her jam, her jellies, her little flowers out of flowers? Is her packaging perfect? Is it nice? Is her brand registered? Is her brand not trademarked? What does she need to have on a label? Are you safe eating her products? If you were lucky enough to buy, because I was on top of it, but not only me, but other YouTubers were on top of it, but apparently only one managed to get it. Because for me, the reason why I wanted to get at least one of the products was to see the label. Because if you don't know what you're putting in your mouth, where it was made, or what it contains, basically you're an FDA violation. And I do happen to know a lot about that. After my phone call yesterday with the FDA, because I wanted to report Meghan Markle's thing because I couldn't find the barcode. I couldn't find the use by day. I couldn't find anything on the labels on the website. I wanted to see if they could provide me more information. And no wonder Netflix is done with her. The people dealing with the logistics are done with her because she's used to creating and putting out and starting all these huge fires and having people put them out for her. And then she's just like, what? You sort it out. I'm a duchess. I'm a duchess. I'm a duchess. You sort it out. But now we're talking something incredibly serious, which is why the people on Netflix are complaining because of what she's made them done. And what I'm about to show you guys, these are all receipts and you make of it what you will. If anybody in the YouTube community managed to get a hold of one of her products, especially the jams, or actually anything, can you please take a picture of the entire labeling of the product and send it to me? Because, guys, the FDA has gotten involved and Meghan is breaking the law by selling products as they stand right now. And we are going to get into it. And I am going to show you the receipts. Guys, you're amazing. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. It really helps the channel. Thank you for showing me love. You keep me going. You have been with me for a long time when people were calling me crazy, banning my YouTube channel for talking against Meghan Markle or calling her out on her things because things did not make sense. And this one is the most dangerous of all. I have been confused by many things, guys. I don't know if you know this. I am a farmer and I export food into the United States. I have also registered my company in the United States. I have trademarked it and I have labels. I also sell to international companies who send me their labels. Yes, internet. And this is what I'm telling you. I know what I'm talking about. Why it's important to put things on the label, especially the barcode, in case you need to recall food. How many times have they have to recall meat, cheese, dairy, any products that they have to recall? And how do they do that? Because when you go to the supermarket and you scan it, they already know. That's how they trace the product. They know where the product is. It needs to be certified by the FDA because then the FDA assigns you an FDA number that is unique to you. So if they need to recall a certain batch of problems, that's how they find out that it was. Even the cows, guys, you know that the cows, you know why the cows have numbers and stuff like that that they label? Because when they kill a cow, they say, okay, this meat comes from this cow with this label, with this, it's a chip that they have. So they're able to trace it in case of mad cow disease. I hope it's making sense what I'm saying. So we're going to look into Meghan Markle's website. And this is where things get weird, okay? Because it's sold out. And as I said, many YouTubers were on top of this, and none of us could get any of it. They kept asking you for your credit card details. You input your credit card details, and then it would keep going and going and going, and then it would take you back. At least it did me. It took you back to the same page, and then you would input your credit card details. So don't do that. And then what they're doing is get notified. But in order for you to get notified, you have to put in your um, details. And this is another ploy. Limit two per person. Why? This is weird. But where we're going to get into this is this part, guys. This is the part that is very interesting. Okay. There's no more pictures. That's it. And I have looked through social media, and as you can see on both sites, the only thing that she has is the net weight and the ingredients. That's it. When you go here, the ingredients, it's raspberries. Be careful with that. Um, the raspberries, she doesn't say they're organic. She doesn't say where it comes from. And I'm going to get more into that. She has the details. It's only the product I mentioned, servings, net weight, and serving size spoon. And this is the thing that is a common theme with everything, even her teas and everything that she has. This is a good size. You have nothing on either side. Now, you might think, well, she might have it in the outside packaging. By law, according to FDA rules, you have to have it on the product itself. Okay. Now, why do I say that? Because it's the law. It's what the FDA demands for you, for your safety, for my safety. So raspberries and anything when you're dealing with fruit, you need to know where it comes from. This is what's going to prove to you that I've been telling you the truth. Because I did a few videos back saying that the reason why Meghan Markle was having issues with her labels and with her products is because of the labeling itself, because she did not want to disclose where the fruit or the jam or whatever it is the hell that she's putting is being manufactured, nor where it comes from, which is incredibly dangerous to you. And I got to tell you that this is amazing how the press, how everybody's focusing on the packaging, whether it was sold out, whether it's too expensive. Forget that, guys. As I told you, forget that. Okay. This is an article by the New York Post. Meghan Markle's as ever launch blasted by Netflix staffers as logistical nightmare where are already over it. The logistical nightmare is where you should focus on it. Writers told the outlet that Markle also allegedly had her team sign NDAs so that they won't reveal whereas ever products, including her fruit spread, are being produced. This is the most crucial part of the entire saga, guys, because this is illegal. This is breaking the law. And because I had so much questions, I went to the FDA website. When I tried to report it, I'll show you what happened. And then I managed to talk to a guy. And I was corrected in one thing, which I'm gonna own up to it. I was so confused as to how she could put a product for sale without being trademarked. You don't need to trademark. But if you do put out a product without it being trademarked, you run the risk that I can, and I am going to do it. I'm going to see if I can. Basically, I'm going to copy her own label, and I am going to sell it until she has it trademarked or registered. And I'm going to show you that maybe Meghan Markle lied about American Riviera Orchard. To show you very quickly, guys, because you're going to need to know it's for your own safety. And if you want to report Meghan Markle's thing, be shocked. Be ready to be shocked, because what I'm going to show you is shocking, that you can't even report it because it doesn't have the minimum information you need to report a product. I had to actually send them her website. Yep. This is a mandatory label in the United States and pretty much worldwide, which you have here. You have the logo that you choose. It tells you it's pure seedless. It's a raspberry preserve, the net weight. You have the nutritional facts. You have the ingredients right here. You have the name of the farm and the address. You have, again, the name of the farm and the address. And this says please use buy, and it has there. We hope you leave a little message, and then you have the barcode. That is important. You have to have, it tells you everything. You have to have the address and where it's made. Otherwise, you cannot sell a product. Manufacturer's name and address. Given the name and address of the distributor, packer, or manufacturer of your product, consumers want to know where the product came from. If you manufacture and package your food yourself, list your company's name and business address. If you partner with a separate manufacturer, packer, or distributor, you'll need to list their company name and address. And the reason why I'm saying this is because a lot of people were saying, well, she doesn't need to do that because she's doing it through a third party. Do you mean to tell me that Meghan Markle isn't cooking her food from her kitchen? Of course not, because she would need to have her kitchen certified by the FDA and that it meets the minimum legal requirements. And now, for those of you who are wondering whether if you want to do a trademark, this shows you how stupid Rachel Meghan Markle is. Because the first thing you do when you go to the trademark website and you say, I want to start a trademark, it tells you check to see if the name you want to choose is not already taken. So when you go to the trademark, United States Patent Trademark Office, the first thing they do when you want to start a trademark, it tells you to run a search. So for example, I ran a search of registered and pending, and it shows that as ever, and she did a few of them. I don't know why she has so many. I guess because she changed the writing. She's securing it in two different fonts, which is this type of font that you have and this other font, but they're basically the same thing. You who are still wondering if her application has been approved, I am going here straight from the website. I am going to refresh it in front of you because I get people saying you can see the date 2025 0403 1039 27 EDT. Okay. And it says approved by the examining attorney for publication, but has not yet been published for opposition. What does that mean? And then you go to prosecution history. And then it goes that on April 2nd, 2025, it was approved for publication. What again, guys? What does that mean? It doesn't mean that it's registered. It doesn't mean that it has been approved. It means that they have to make it live. So if anybody wants to oppose the name, for example, we know for a fact that the Chinese company as ever is going to oppose her application. And the reason why she has different, because this number varies differently. This is what she has done now in related goods and services. Because now she has she has separated. Before she had everything under one number. So what they did is that in order to do it quickly, they put mix for bakery goods, cookies, mixes, biscuit mixes, crepes, and mixes. This is what she has right now. Nothing for jam. So because the jam is still under the main one, and the main one has not been made for publication. It's not approved for publication. So this is why Netflix is having such a nightmare, because anybody can come back and it will happen what happened with America Riviera Orchard, which was that people said, you can't do that because I have already a registered trademark name that is very similar to that. And because the law says that if the names are too similar and it causes confusion, the trademark is denied. So this is why Netflix staff wanted to wait until the trademark was registered, because then anybody like you and me can go and make an as ever label, comply with the correct FDA things, requirements for the label, and sell it. And the most dangerous part of it all, guys, is that she's not doing it. And I don't understand for the life of me why YouTubers, why people with a lot more responsibility or bigger platforms than mine are not highlighting the fact that never mind, oh, the packaging looks pretty, oh, she sold out, oh, this, or the presentation, or it's dated. It's the food label. that is causing the nightmare. It's a trademark because they know that they're investing a lot of money in that. Or Megan, they're at least they're going to look like idiots. And what's going to happen is because she did the same thing with American Riviera Orchard. She did the same thing, guys. And then she just took her American Riviera Orchard on Instagram and changed the name to As Ever. But we had the same thing. She sent those baskets full of lemons to her friends with their strawberry jam. Again, without the proper FDA approved labeling. And why is that important? For your safety, because you don't know what the hell you're eating. So she could be selling you poison. The raspberry could be completely filled with pesticides. The manufacturing site could be not meeting the standards of hygiene in the United States, which means that you could be freaking poisoned, because now we know she's not making it in her kitchen. We know because of her that she's making it in a factory. And because she's refusing to say where the factory is and where it's manufactured to the label, to the Food Administration, her labels are not being approved, which means that this is why the FDA, when I reported her yesterday, are looking into it. And this is why the Netflix staff is absolutely, and even Netflix is horrified with this. The FDA registration number, which is something that it has to be also included, is a crucial requirement for any company seeking to market and sell its products in the US. This unique identifier provides confidence of legitimacy, credibility, and compliance to the industry, ensuring that the products meet the strict safety and quality standards set by the FDA. Okay. And then you go. The FDA requirement for each type of registration is different. For food facilities, the FDA registration number for the manufacturer is mandatory and will get the registration number immediately after the registration is complete. But for drug and medical device establishments, the FDA registration number is not compulsory. What does that mean, guys? It means that Meghan Markle's labels are not registered. They don't meet the basic minimal safety standards requirements because they're not FDA approved. This is where you complain. If the product is sold with defect, this is where you complain. And by the way, the FDA takes this incredibly seriously. I spent almost 42 minutes yesterday speaking to the FDA person because the FDA person, I couldn't get past the portal because certain information was missing. And you're going to see right now why I ended up spending 42 minutes speaking to the guy from the FDA. Because when you go here to report, it tells you if are you going to report human food product? Yes, that's what I want to report. You're reporting human food here, guys, right? Please enter the title to you name it. I'm going to put it as ever, right? And then you click next. It's processing. I'm doing this live and I'm sorry you have to put up with this. Do you wish to remain anonymous? I put yes, right? And then you said, are you a healthcare professional? No. Are you reporting as a member of an organization? I'm reading this so you see this is not fake. None of the above. Have you notified this event to anyone outside of the FDA? And sorry, none of the above. I can't notify the retailer because I don't know how to notify the retailer, guys. Okay. None of the above. And then you go to next. And then you say, what does your report concern? Select all that apply. And then you have the labeling. Okay, the labeling. That's my major thing is the labeling. Okay. And the product type, select all that apply, right? Incorrectly label ingredients, unsure about the label. That because that's true. I don't know. I don't know what is. And you can see, you can put, for example, damaged, broken, or defective, hard to open or use, leaky product of smell or taste. This is, and then you have the public health. The reason why I'm telling you this is so you see we're in the FDA and that you can see what allergens are mislabeled in case you're doing that. If that doesn't apply, then you don't put anything in there, right? And there you put here label, missing, barcode, manufacturer information, an address, FDA unique code, use by date. Um, yeah, right. Those are the few that I can think of. Okay, and those are required, guys. Okay, you have to fill in. Did anybody tell me about the decision? No, sorry, I had to put that there. And then you go next, and then you have to add stuff here. These are the details. Location of purchase or website. I have filled out the website here. I'm not going to bore you because I don't want to make this video too long, but this is the little part. Please provide a copy of the UPC barcode or enter the numbers manually. Do you remember that? Remember I told you that the barcode is important, or remember that it has some numbers at the bottom? You put the product name, the lot number, expiration use by date, and then you put the and then you have, do you have the product manufacturer, packer, distribution details? And because I couldn't put this here, I couldn't put this lot number, I couldn't put expiration by date, I couldn't put the manufacturer, I couldn't save and follow and go to the next page. You can't issue the report. I spent like half an hour because, like I was like, why is not saving? Why is not saving? Because that information is missing, which led me to contacting the FDA directly. And this is why I'm telling you guys that people buying this product without the proper labeling, it is a dangerous item and you're putting your own life at risk. So I ask you again, anybody in the Mexican community or anybody who has gotten a hold of this product, can you, if you have the product, can you please send me a screenshot or take a picture of the entire label? Because yesterday the FDA, when I contacted the guy, they said I actually had to put in a written email, and I'm waiting for them to reply with the website, because they don't understand how this person is selling this food online without, because they don't have it. She does not have an FDA number, unique code. She does not. They couldn't find it on their website. It's not registered with the FDA. So I don't understand how people are buying this. But I understand why the Netflix staff and why Netflix is frustrated, because this woman she does everything backwards. She does everything backwards. So she is putting your lives at risk because she's not FDA approved. You don't know where those strawberries are being, where those raspberries are being bought from. You don't know where the manufacturer is, and the fact that she's making her employees sign an NDA and that she thinks that she's going to be able to sell this en masse. Because this is not me telling you. This is not me making things up. This is the FDA telling you what it needs. And I even heard people that she doesn't need to have the jam FDA approved. Even the premises have to be FDA approved. So I am very shocked that people are willing to do that, to put that in their mouths. So thank you for listening. I am sorry it was a little bit of a long thing, but it's just that I've heard so many things. So to summarize, her trademark, it's still pending. It was published for the pancake mixes, not for the jam that you're buying. Only the pancake mix has been published for opposition, waiting for somebody to come and say, hey, wait a minute, I have an as ever, whatever, because there's a brand called Clever as Ever, which is still pending. But any brand, anybody in the world can come and say, hey, I have an as ever brand for jam. I have an as ever brand for mixes, pancakes, and I oppose it because. So what's going to happen? We're going to see another American Riviera Orchard, and we're going to see another little clip as to why Meghan had to let go of the as ever brand after, you remember all that fuzz with the lemons and everything that she was sending to everybody. So it's incredible. I am shocked. And no wonder Netflix is worried. No wonder Netflix is absolutely petrified. And the staff, it is a logistical nightmare because they're selling unsafe food to consumers. And if anybody gets sick or dies, it's on Netflix because they're partnered with Meghan Markle. As usual, I look forward to your comments.